Hello and welcome to the corner. I'm the Frosted Glass, and I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages. I like boobs.
You
One.
you fucker, you took my joke. I knew you were going to say that, you bastard.
Yeah,
I sniped the bitch.
Jack and Moon have turned into autistic robots. Moonshock.
0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I like boobs.
What they don't know is that they're saying the binary equivalent of 1488.
Yes, and don't forget about that feminist $12.
Terry Diamantis.
I actually have no idea why $12 is a feminist donation, but I keep hearing Monkey talk about it.
I think it's that's I forget. It's something to do with the wage gap or whatever. It's something stupid that they make fun of.
Okay.
And this week's special guest, Sora Luna.
Hello. I'm now owed $12 from each of you, please. I will link my Venmo in the chat below.
So would that be Canadian dollars? So it's probably about
No. You American.
$5.
So $12 American times 3. That's like $1 million Canadian dollars, right?
Yeah, you could get like a pint
Fuel
of gas
is really
for that.
expensive, man.
Hey, it's almost it's almost 5.20 here.
So what do you say we get to the first article, which it says something that I think we can all agree with.
Hold on. Spud Gun says a feminist rag needed $12 from everyone to keep going.
Oh.
The First Amendment is overrated.
Oh shit.
I guess means better abolish it then, huh? That goddamn First Amendment. Oh, I tell you.
Well, I mean, the solution is obvious. We just arrest this author for their speech and say, well, you wanted rid of the protection.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's become a tool for racists.
Yes! It's a tool for everybody. It's a tool for you too, you fucking moron.
No, they already mentioned the racists.
Oh, by the way, I think I got the audio problems figured out from last time, so let me know in chat if everything sounds normal.
Ooh.
What?
Oh, nothing. I just found a cool website that says 12 things to buy your favorite feminist this holiday season. And the very first thing is a gold chain with a golden metal or a meat cleaver on it that says "feminist" on the blade.
Fuck's sake. Is
I'll
it a
link
joke
that in
website?
chat. I will link it in chat just for you guys. Since I didn't get this author's a picture, which I really couldn't give two shits about. There you go. There's a link to the feminist cleaver.
Oh my god, it's from a Canadian news site too.
Wait,
I know.
if it's a feminist cleaver, can we call it a beaver cleaver?
I was waiting for someone to say that.
I hope
I
you
was
do,
just
actually.
thinking-
That'll make it cooler than it actually is.
Ooh, there's a pin that says "feminist bitch" on it.
But see, it's a cleaver, which is usually a tool associated with the kitchen. So are they saying that it's feminist for women to be in the kitchen?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I feel like that's sending mixed signals, you know?
Well, there's also a picture of a shirt saying "ladies first," but isn't that always the case anyway?
Used to be. Depending on your definition of lady, I guess, nowadays.
You want to know the irony, though? The irony is, though, of that pin that says "feminist bitch," it costs $12.
There you go.
Nice.
I love it when feminists are like, "I'm such a bitch. I'm a bit like they're trying to take it back or some shit," and all I can think is, "Yes, you are." Congratulations.
No lies detected.
Okay,
You're,
sorry, I
you're a
didn't mean
real
to,
bitch. Congratulations.
I didn't mean to hijack your stream there for a moment, but I just thought that was a funny thing to note out.
Man, just wait till we get to all the autistic grocery shopping articles.
All right, now we know what I'm going to
I-
be doing for the next 2 hours.
And it's my understanding that there's a grocery shopping article about Elon Musk.
Oh God.
Would that be the world's richest man and the poster child for narcissism?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I've looked up this douchebag before.
I love how Terry has committed that first line to heart.
Oh, I've looked up this douchebag before, but I'll go ahead and send a photoshopped picture of him anyway.
Yeah, Charles Bastille, like one of the douchiest names you could think of.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
It's like, I'm more important than you are, fucker.
Rene Garcia, chairman of the Miami-Dade Republican Party Committee, says this about the antics of the Proud Boys in the local Republican Party.
You don't know shit about the Proud Boys, you motherfucker.
Image in chat to see this guy's picture.
I don't even like the Proud Boys. They're a bunch of, you know, they're the people who are up in your business type of guys, because they're like, oh, no jerking off. Sorry, but no, I'm not going to stop jerking off because the Proud Boys don't like it. Fuck off.
They
You
don't
tell
want
him. Start jerking off right now.
No, I think you jerk off to the Proud Boys.
Not with Braniel in the room.
they
Jerk
don't
off to the Proud Boys and then tell them about it.
they don't want you to stop jerking off because they don't like it. They want you to stop jerking off because you're in a children's playground.
Oh. Wow.
You want to know how conceited this fucker is? That picture that I linked, somebody actually made that a mural on the side of a building.
Oh, the guy has a Pinochet did nothing wrong shirt. No lies detected.
If you do want to jerk off in a playground, all you've got to do is put on a wig and a set of fake tits, and then it's like progressive. So just do that, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So basically, I identify as a pedophile.
Yeah. All right. So here's what the Republican guy said.
Oh, God.
Yes, we have different points of view in our party. That's how we are. And my job as a Republican chairman is to protect everyone's First Amendment right, however wrong they may be.
Oh, fuck
What a
off.
bastard.
Wow. So he recognizes that there are opinions that are different from his, and he says that's acceptable. Wow. It's almost like he's consistent on this issue.
Chew on that a minute. However wrong you may be, you have a right to say it. But it's
Yeah. He thinks you're wrong, but the thing is that he has enough wisdom to realize that the other guy that he thinks is wrong thinks he's wrong. We are in a country full of people who all think that everybody else is wrong on something. And that's okay. That's okay. But you have to be able to protect it, because that protection goes both ways. Me protecting your wrongness, it equates to you protecting my wrong.
Stop.
See, my opinion is this: if you don't have that, you're Canada. So.
But it's
and
not
that
true.
should be.
But it's not true. You actually don't have that right.
Well, Charles is an idiot then.
Mm-hmm.
Racist bloviating is not a First Amendment right any more than shouting
is.
fire in a crowded theater.
That's a right too.
There's laws against that. That's not what.
Oh.
it's for.
There are no laws against shouting fire in a crowded theater.
I need a timeout real quick. Just to answer everybody's question about how the dog is doing, she's doing wonderfully. She got through the surgery without any problems. She's running around the house chasing her brother, and now she's barking at everybody outside, so she is perfectly fine.
Oh,
And she gets her
good
stitches
girl.
taken out on Monday.
So you finally
Yay.
gave Frosted the money so he could do the surgery. Good on you.
Don't tell anybody that.
And you should have named the GoFundMe or whatever "Bitches Get Stitches."
That is a good one.
Congratulations.
And it is actually, that is a literally correct description of what happened.
That is amazing. I applaud you, sir. Also, fuck you, you bastard.
But now we see that the Proud Boys, while the rest of us are doom-scrolling, are busy injecting themselves into local politics across the country. Consider Dade County in Florida. The Proud Boys, for those of you who have been lucky enough to avoid their nationalist squeals, is a racist group that is most famous for its role in the January 6, 2021 insurrection.
Well, even if these people were right and it was instigated or some shit, I still think that everything that happened on January 6th amounts to a whole hell lot of nothing. Nothing happened. Some people walked into the fucking federal building. No fires were started. A couple papers were thrown around. Who gives a fuck?
It was a minor
Honestly.
riot at worst.
Yeah, it was minor on the list of things that could have happened compared to BLM on a good day. It was a hundredth of what BLM on a good day would do.
But it's
I'm
much
feeling
more.
very unsafe with your rhetoric, Jack.
I give zero fucks about everything that happened on January 6th. I never cared. I never thought it was a big deal. And all these people who are trying to appear like centrists, like, oh, we should call it out when they do it because when we do it because that way we look consistent. Fuck. What the fuck are you trying to do? Get consistency out of your opposition? There is none. Fuck them. I'm not gonna pretend this was more than it was just because you want to appear like a centrist fucktard.
But it's much more than a hub for insurrectionists. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, Brian Brathovde, aka Cerulus Rex,
I think that's Carulus Rex, but I don't know. I
Carulus
really don't
Rex.
fucking care.
told his co-hosts on The Daily Shoah, an anti-Semitic podcast popular with the alt-right. If the Proud Boys were pressed on the issue, I guarantee you that like 90% of them would tell you something along the lines of Hitler was right, gas the Jews.
You say that all the time on this.
I was gonna say, we hear that at least once a week.
The Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project have been tracking them. They say that the Proud Boys are one of the most active groups in America's burgeoning ultra-nationalist terror network, with actions in 28 states, including numerous acts of violence. In other words,
Boo-hoo-hoo. I scraped my finger because of a Proud Boy. Boo-hoo-hoo.
In other words, they're the KKK without the hoods.
Oh
Wait,
my
you're Democrat?
god.
They're the KKK without the racism.
They're Democrats?
Circumcised?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Remember when the KKK had an Hispanic leader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Dade
Damn,
County,
Keith. She says the gas chambers were used to disinfect the inmates and close them to prevent typhus from spreading.
Oh, geez.
So what you're saying is it just had the side effect of killing them at the same time?
I mean, it would stop typhus from spreading.
Well, it's a permanent solution.
In Dade County, one Republican operative, a woman, of course, had to file a restraining order against another Republican operative.
Those goddamn women, I tell you.
Guess what? That operative was a Proud Boy.
Uh-huh.
According to the New York Times article cited above, he was among, quote, at least a half dozen current and former Proud Boys who have secured seats on the Miami-Dade Republican Executive Committee, seeking to influence local politics from the inside.
Uh-huh.
All these people know how to do is poison the well and compare their political enemies to things that everybody finds objectionable.
By the
Guess
way, that's
what?
not my dog.
That's mine. Sorry.
The only reason that you draw a reference to the KKK is because you know that everybody finds it objectionable. But here's the thing. If everybody finds it objectionable, then why would there be a massive group in support of the Proud Boys? It doesn't make sense. You say that there's tremendous white supremacy out of one side of your mouth and then draw a reference to an organization that people find reprehensible because that sort of sentiment just doesn't exist today out the other side.
Skin the dog. Jesus.
I'm pretty sure KKK is Krusty's Comedy Corner. And yeah, it wasn't very funny, but I mean, I think people are blowing it out of proportion.
Well, here I always thought that KKK was something that somebody with a stutter would say when they're acknowledging something. Oh, come on. Dad joke, I know. Shut up.
This includes people who have been indicted for their role in the January 6th insurrection.
Dun, dun, dun.
Indicted on what? Indicted on what? Name the charge. Name the charge, you motherfucker.
Yeah,
Because I
these
know
are-
it was an insurrection. Because first of all, that's not a charge, and second of all, that's not what they these were low. They hit them with the lowest crimes that with what was it? One of them was mischief.
Are these also
They
the
hit-
same people that have been held for a year without charges because reasons
Yep.
that they're having their constitutional rights violated every day?
Yeah.
I just love, in the middle of telling everyone the Proud Boys are white supremacists, they've got a picture of Enrique Tarrio
Doing the okay sign.
proving that he's like he's not white.
That's the
Yeah.
white power sign. How
Guys
dare
like
they.
guys
He's
like
politically
Gil-
white Terry.
guys like Gilbert Fontecoba, who is such a virulent Proud Boy that he has called the founder of a Miami Proud Boys chapter a rat and has allegedly threatened him through social media apps like Telegram.
Oh my god.
Oh, that statement couldn't possibly use more context.
Nope.
Fontecoba, along with his pal Gabriel Garcia, yeah, that sounds like a white supremacist name, are members are members of the Vice City chapter of Proud Boys. What about the San Andreas chapter?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing.
Both are now proud members of the Miami-Dade Republican Executive Committee. Both are also proud members of the Department of Justice's prosecution docket. And it isn't just Dade County the Proud Boys are infiltrating. They're spreading their disease elsewhere. They're getting into local city councils and school boards. They may be in one where you live.
What they're saying is that being a
Fantastic.
Republican is like a pandemic, right? Or being a
This is
They woke
this
up
is
on
the
This
this
is
is the
It's
weakest
the Red
Red
Scare.
Scare I've ever seen.
yeah.
it reminds me of those like anti-drug ads from the 90s. You know, like you know where your children are. Could they be with the Proud Boys?
Or how about the one with that woman who just flies around the room with swinging a frying pan? This is your future. This is your car, or this is your schooling. You're like, what?
Mhm.
You mean this is your brain? This is your brain on
Your
drugs?
brain on
Moonshock?
drugs.
Something to that effect. But there was a commercial where there's a woman swinging a frying pan around, and destroying a room.
That was a
Blaming
robot
certain things.
chicken sketch, Moonshock.
No,
No, it
Was
was
it
a real
really?
ad.
No,
that
there's
was-
there was an egg, fried eggs, or your like fried scrambled
No,
eggs, or your
there
brains on
actually
drugs. That
was
the
a live
actual
action
thing.
commercial of her doing the same thing. Yes, there was a robot chicken one, but there was also an actual public.
Yeah, there was an actual ad.
Yes,
I don't remember this ad.
yes.
I just
there was a
remember the
PSA of one.
where they do the "this is your brain, this is your brain on drugs," and then she goes off on some bizarre rant
Oh,
and starts.
I will
There we
find
go.
it for you.
Assassin of the Grey saving us here. Rachel Lee Cook smashing the kitchen in a PSA as the follow up to the fried egg.
Eagle
you go.
points out that fried scrambled eggs is logically
Yes.
inconsistent.
Yeah.
It's Rachel Lee Cook, I guess her name is.
Hmm.
Uh,
I mean, you
Although
could fry
scrambled eggs are fried, aren't they? They're not a fried egg, but they are.
Not
fried.
not really, because you cook them much less.
Okay, Jack, I'm linking it just for you, buddy.
they use apps like Telegram to incite one another to do unpleasant things. Worse, they're
unpleasant things.
Yes.
Articulated.
Ooh.
They say terrible things. That's all I'm hearing so far.
they
Well, yeah,
put their
'cause that's the worst thing you can do.
they put their drink on the coffee table without a coaster.
Monsters.
What?
How dare you get out of my house,
And it leaves a
you
stain.
fiend!
Worse, their various social media app channels reach unstable people who do things like slaughter innocent shoppers. This is not to imply that Proud Boys are stable. Shutting them down is easy from a legal standpoint. The Biden
you
No,
administration.
it's not.
No, it is easy. You don't do it. They're done.
The Biden administration just doesn't have the guts to do it. Nobody does.
No, they don't have the authority to do it. And if
But
they
the-
tried, they'd get sued, and they deserve it.
Well, give me one good thing the Biden administration has even done that it would be considered good.
They've done done
Zero.
literally nothing of value.
Well, other than
No,
virtue
they did one.
signaling.
They did one good thing. They put a black lesbian as the lady who talks to the press.
Who doesn't know
Oh,
what a
thank
woman
goodness.
is, even though she'll be on the Supreme Court?
And right now, that black lesbian is making all black lesbians look like idiots by extension.
Oh, let's not forget about Rachel Levine. You know, she
good point.
got Woman of the Year, even though she is a man.
Stable genius, Rachel Levine.
You know, if I was a woman, I would actually be offended that they made a fucking man pretending to be a woman as Woman of the Year.
If I was a trans person, I would be offended by this clearly incompetent nut job who is claiming
Representing
to act
your
on
people.
my behalf. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, and he's putting people in positions like as secretaries and whatnot in positions they are not qualified for. But then again, I think that's kind of what you see in a lot of administrations.
If I was a black lesbian, I would be offended by the moron who is so stupid she couldn't pour piss out of a boot if the instructions were written on the heel.
I will say one thing. It does make me miss Jen Psaki. Like, she was actually good in comparison to this.
Yeah, but this one is more comedically stupid.
Yes.
like someone asks her a tough question, so she takes like 2 minutes looking through her notebook for an answer.
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't do the swing back or circle back on you crap like Saki used to.
She tried to pivot the other day and she did a shit job with it, so I sent a link on that post to Yes Minister explaining how you pivot on a question. It was great.
Let's see. But we
Nice.
can and we should. If we listen to the precedents set forth by the U.S. Supreme Court in one of its rare unanimous decisions, Shank v. United States, it is fair to conclude that groups like the Proud Boys present a clear and present danger and should be punished by at least shutting them down.
Yeah, they say bad words. You got to shut them down.
They say
Yeah.
that at least. I'm curious, what extent do you think they should be punished, author? Do you think that because they used mean words, they should be thrown in prison? You see, because
No.
you're the exact sort of person that the First Amendment was written for.
No, they shouldn't be thrown in jail. They should be executed.
Yeah. You probably think they should die, just like you think all your political opponents should die painfully.
Correct.
Because that's the type of person you are. You're a little tyrant. You're a piece of shit tyrant.
I really don't think we should waste prison food on them, but we have a
There you
perfectly
go.
legal
Yes, you
way
do.
to at least get their voices out of circulation.
You're full of shit. You do think they should be in prison.
No, we just established. No, the author is agreeing with me. Prison is too good for them. Off with their heads.
You see, Shank v. United States declared some limitations to the First Amendment, specifically
Yeah,
according
they
to
are very, very specific. And in any sort of legal situation, you would know exactly what they are. There are limitations, yes, but they are very specific. And I'll tell you what, the Proud Boys sure as shit don't meet them. So don't be talking no shit, no bullshit, boy.
Specifically according to Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes, who wrote the decision in 1919. In many places and in ordinary times, the defendants, in saying all that was said in the circular, would have been within their constitutional rights. But the character of every act depends upon the circumstances in which it is done. The words used are used in such circumstances and are of such a nature as to create a clear and present danger that they will bring about the substantive evils that Congress has a right to prevent.
Yes, incitement. That is referring to incitement. That means when you say, do this thing, and the thing you're telling them to do is illegal. That is one cutout, yes. But nothing they do constitutes incitement. So shut the fuck up.
I actually did a quick lookup of the Shank v. United States case, and you know what it was about? It was
No.
about
Not this.
the defendants were giving out circulars against the draft during World War One.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you know who they were? Socialists. So apparently saying that the draft is wrong, being illegal, is something the author agrees with. A subsequent
It doesn't matter. This author, the thing that these people operate on is expediency. They don't care about principle. They will turn on anything that they believe in on a dime if it will help them in the moment.
Well, isn't that
Because
what
they're
Grouch said?
hypocrites.
My principle is winning.
Yeah, my principle is win. That clip is goddamn amazing because it so perfectly summarizes everything that's wrong with socialists.
I don't know. I don't think it's as good as I think I've outpaced Destiny intellectually. A subsequent case before the Supreme Court, Brandenburg v. Ohio, amended this in 1969 by declaring that government restrictions on free speech must be limited to inciting or producing imminent lawless action and is likely to incite or produce such action. And I also looked up the Brandenburg v. Ohio case, and that case was about a literal Klan member giving a speech. And that defendant was found innocent. In other words, protected by the First Amendment.
As it should be.
And I actually looked up a couple lines from the things he said, which the Supreme Court decided was protected. And one of the lines included, bury the niggers.
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I like this guy already.
So, according to the author, having that be legal is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But the Proud Boys go too far.
They do. They really do.
Well, I mean, this guy quotes Wikipedia, so clearly he's got his references in mind.
That's
His
fine.
principle is winning.
That's fine. I can live with that. So maybe it isn't the first.
Wow.
So maybe it isn't the. All right. To be fair, he wasn't talking about the bury the niggers thing when he said that.
I don't know. I would. I'm inclined to say he was.
Yeah, kind of.
He's the one who picked the court case, not you, Frosted. He apparently endorses what the Klans member was saying.
So maybe it isn't the First Amendment we need to adjust. Maybe it's our understanding of it. Because you know what? No, you don't get to be a racist.
You can bury
being
the
a-
niggers, but you
No,
can't
you
be a
can.
Proud Boy.
You
Yeah.
literally are allowed to be a racist in America. It's literally allowed. I might disagree with it very harshly, but it's literally allowed.
Well, I
So,
would think it depends
Deal
on the
with it,
type
you
of
fucking
racism.
baby.
I don't have a problem with a lot of racism because just who cares? Some idiot doesn't like black people or Jews or whatever.
Yeah.
Let them not like them. What difference does it make? As long as they're not actually doing anything to harm people, let them have whatever stupid opinions they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
Well,
an
the thing is
idiot. You're allowed to
society-
be an idiot. This is America.
Well, yeah, and
Well-
society will correct them.
Yeah,
Because
well-
where whatever situation they're in, you can act however you are, and then you're going to get smacked down for those views, as is happening anyway. So go ahead.
If
Yeah,
you go off on some sort of crazy rant in the middle of like a party or something, people are just going to avoid you because they think you're a moron.
And they would be right.
Yeah, what was it that Stalin said? Like, an idea is much more dangerous than a gun. We don't let the people have guns. Why should we let them have ideas? Being a racist incites and produces imminent lawless action and is likely to incite or produce such action.
No, it
Not
won't.
true. We'll put it this way: how many people in our audience are going to go commit a hate crime as a direct result of having watched us? I would
Other
put
than
money on it
Frosted.
being zero.
That was a mild dislike crime at worst.
Yeah.
If you're a black dude and I walk up to you and hurl a racist invective at you, ooh, fancy word. The only thing
Someone
holding you,
has an English degree.
the only thing holding you back from popping me in the teeth is, well, I don't know. Hopefully nothing. Although, I don't
He's
know.
into pain play.
Maybe being a human being with self-control.
Yeah. You
I think he's letting his
can
masochism
choose.
sink out in public without realizing it.
You can choose not to get physical every time you get offended over the slightest thing. That's being a person.
No, the blacks don't have control. They can't help themselves.
Of course.
If they hear a slur,
They don't have the brain power to ease off of their physical reactions. Apparently,
if they hear a
That's what this
slur,
song-
they have to attack wherever they heard it.
they're a very violent people, aren't they?
Well, there's some statistics we can pull up about that.
God damn it, Terry!
Are you really that surprised? Come on.
Although the history of Black America suggests that our black brothers and sisters have been handling 400 plus years of oppression with a level of grace that makes a mockery of the kind of God that whites in America's racist Bible Belt say they worship.
Incorrect.
But if you do hit me in the teeth, even if I deserved it, you broke the law. However, I caused imminent lawless action. My verbal attack incited
No, you
you.
didn't. No, it didn't.
Case, as the judge says, closed. I'm in
You
the
don't
wrong.
understand the law.
Yeah,
Not
this
you.
guy- this guy's a dipshit.
I think he finally got something right. He said he's in the wrong. If he could just apply that reasoning to the entire article, we might be getting somewhere.
Yeah, just have that be the last line. At least that's how it.
This guy's entire article is saying the First Amendment doesn't apply because of a case. I don't understand it, because what's he trying to say? That the amendment is the First Amendment is a part of the Constitution. It is the basis on which laws are formed, and he's trying to cite laws that nullify the First Amendment. That's not how it works.
Also, he's citing, Supreme Court decisions that go against his argument.
Yeah.
Let's see. At least that's how it should be. But racism doesn't just incite those it is directed against. Look what it did in Buffalo. In that case, an 18-year-old boy used a weapon of war to massacre 10 people in a supermarket.
Weapon of
war. Wow.
Any weapon is a weapon of war.
He targeted black people after getting fired up reading and participating in online racist forums.
Wow. Incorrect again.
You are obviously, you did not watch the trial at all, did you? I didn't watch the trial, and I can tell you that you're wrong on the sole basis of stuff I heard about the trial. So not only did you not watch the trial, you didn't pay attention to anything surrounding it. You kept yourself in the dark deliberately just so you could continue to have misguided opinions about what actually happened.
They had the trial for the Buffalo shooter already?
Oh wait, he's Wait, are we not talking about Kyle Rittenhouse? Sorry.
He said He said look what it did in Buffalo.
Oh, sorry, I missed that part. That's on me.
Let's see. Racism is pretty much designed to incite violence. It's fuel. It has been for a long time. Tulsa didn't happen in a vacuum. It was the result of good old white boys patting themselves on the back while hurling racist insults every chance they could.
Saying "good old white boys" is your version of a racist insult.
Racist discourse was a direct cause of what happened in Tulsa and Buffalo.
It's a direct cause of what's happening in this article.
I've talked about this before, but I'll say it again. You don't get to be a
Oh, God.
racist. The First Amendment
Well,
does
why
not...
are you talking? Go to jail. Go to jail. Go to prison right now. Go to prison. Stop talking and go to prison. You deserve it. You're wrong. Go to prison.
The First Amendment does not give you that right, even though you already told us that it does. I just explained why. The Supreme Court has actually said so, big time, twice. Even though you told us that it didn't.
The Supreme Court draws reference from the First Amendment. It's not the other way around. The First Amendment, the court does not inform the amendments. The amendments inform the court.
What's
I
with
don't
all
know.
the hate facts, Jack?
I don't know. Maybe the Miami-Dade Republican chairman Rene Garcia is simply a wuss who is afraid to stand up to right-wing numbskulls bearing AR-15s.
Maybe you're a fucking moron.
But look, Rene, my man, we all gotta go sometime. Man up. If you get shot up by a racist incel for enforcing the most basic level of decency, there are worse ways to go. It's a lot better than being shot.
Jesus.
How does he know that Rene is a man?
It's a lot
I've
better.
got a female cousin called Renee.
Yeah. It's a lot better
I would
than being.
just, I would just like to congratulate this author for being the single greatest argument I've ever heard against the First Amendment. If anyone deserves to go to prison for what they say, it is this man.
It's a lot better than being shot in a supermarket for being black.
Dun, dun, dun. Wow, this guy's definitely got his virtue signaling down. We got to give him a gold star.
Yeah, he is
Yeah,
he is
like-
literally inciting something that he thinks will lead to a shooting.
But I think it's perfectly simple. You just say, you are against the First Amendment. We will throw you in jail for your speech. Enjoy.
There you go.
You asked for this. Have fun.
Game,
Go
please.
to a country. Go to a country that doesn't have a First Amendment. Try Saudi Arabia. Go to Saudi Arabia, author. See how long you can last in there.
Nah, we don't want to go to Saudi Arabia. It's just too hot.
Kind of ironic that the person named Bastille is in favor of imprisoning people.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with the end of the first article comes the first game. But first I have to point out that we have almost 40 viewers, but only 19 likes. So,
20.
You bastards.
get on your game again, chat.
Like and share the stream because sharing is caring.
Stroke the button. You know
And
you want to.
and if you don't hit the like button, we read an extra article.
Oh, no one liked the stream. Not a single person.
Yeah. All right, and our first game is Sad Libs.
The best game there is.
Aw.
Second best.
This is the game where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out one word, and you guys
God
have to
damn it, Frosted! What the fuck is this? You did this shit on purpose, you asshole.
Well, I've given you transitive verbs before.
Transitive verb ending in S? The fuck?
And I take out one word, and you have to fill in that one word Mad Lib style, and then the chat votes on which one is best. But I actually have a little surprise for this one.
Ooh.
I decided to mix it up a little.
Oh God.
So instead of just doing Sad Libs, we're doing Sad Libs Double Prompts Edition.
Oh.
Okay.
So in this one, I took out 2 words per headline.
So you gave Jack 2 of them.
I'm gonna murder you. I'm gonna kill you. Gonna kill.
So, in this one, I took out 2 words in each
DT
headline.
edition.
And the thing is, another person will be filling in the other word in your headline.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's definitely DP.
You better not say I gotta do moonshocks, you motherfucker.
oh, Jack, you never learn, do you?
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill a motherfucker.
All right, so transitive verb ending in S, Jack.
Shits.
That's not transitive. Well,
It's
Yeah.
not. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fucks.
okay.
How's that?
All right.
I would say it works.
Moon, I need a plural noun.
Lesbians.
Yeah, all right.
Fucks, lesbians.
Terry, I need an adjective.
I'll just go with gay.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
And Sora, I need a noun.
Monkey.
Oh. That's racist.
All right.
Well, Jack, have fun with the transitive verbs.
Yeah. And now, let's see. Sora, I need a past tense transitive verb.
Eating?
No, it would have to be eaten.
Oh,
transitive.
eaten. Sorry, past tense. Eaten?
Yeah.
Does that work?
Wouldn't it just be 8?
Eight? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
English,
well-
me no good.
Well, read it. Read the headline and determine if eaten or ate would be better.
I can't really read it without revealing it, so.
No, you read it to yourself, unless you can't do that.
He has to say
Yeah.
everything he sees out loud.
Yeah.
All
Alright.
times.
And let's see. Jack, I need a transitive verb ending in ing.
Fucking hate you. Hate you, you motherfucker. Prostituting.
All right.
Oh, now this one just deserves it.
No, regular tap because if I get something good on that.
All right. And let's see. Moon, I need a person.
It's time. It's time to throw someone under the bus. Jack Gunsky.
That's actually why I picked gay.
I hate
All right.
all of you.
And
You're all
Terry,
going to hell.
and
I
Terry, I
love
need
who's
a
ever laughing in the background's great.
and Terry, I need a transitive verb.
Molest.
Ooh.
All right. So, let's see. Okay. So, Jack's is teen fucks 3 young men, subsequently 8 to death.
Oh my god.
Wow.
All right. And Moon's is lesbians can stop you from prostituting school children.
Yay.
Yes.
Saved by the lesbians.
And Terry's, he said, fuck gay women. I want my wife to look like Jack Gunsky.
That's the winner so far.
I hate all of you.
I vote too.
I mean, it's got to be someone's fetish. All right. And Sora's, if you have a problem with my monkey, you can molest my bony ass.
Okay, it's between Terry's and Sora's.
All right. So give me a sec to start a poll so the chat can vote on it.
I hate all of you.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one because I like Terry's and I like Sora, so I'm like,
I'm going to haunt all of your dreams.
I'm not married. My wife can't look like you. I'm safe.
Fuck gay women. I want my wife to look like-
It's beautiful.
Yep, I gotta. Oh wow, Terry is
looks-
just blowing
Yeah,
everyone else.
Terry's got a healthy lead so far.
We're not allowed to vote, right?
We can if we want.
I
okay.
did.
Can.
Okay. 'Cause I quite like.
We have 22 votes, 34 watching. Come on, step up
If
your
you
vote.
vote, if you vote for Terry's, I will haunt your dreams. Yes, even you, audience members.
And you want that to happen.
He'll stroke you, whisper sweet nothings in your ear, and then talk about the history of concrete, lulling
Then
you to a lovely sleep.
And then
You
you'll be
want
eaten
this.
to death.
Take your last action to recover.
Let's see.
The evolved potatoes is just because it insults Jack.
There's a lot of love. I love this flowing.
Dante says, "Don't threaten me with a good time."
Oh, Terry's at 69%. Nice.
Ooh, how appropriate!
Ooh, very nice.
All right. Well, I think it's safe to say that Terry won with 30,
Yes.
31 votes in
Yep.
and 68% of the vote now.
Yep.
So congrats to
Gonna-
Terry.
Kill a motherfucker.
Yay!
Terry, I hate your guts.
Thank you.
So
Now you know why this is. The
Braniel, shut the fuck up.
I thought this would be a nice twist on Sad Libs.
I definitely like this
This
format
was
better.
excellent.
Yeah, this is
Very,
good.
very well done.
Yes,
All
we might have to adopt this method.
Okay, so as you guys know, tomorrow is Juneteenth, which is a very, very important holiday for our black friends.
Oh,
It's a very, very stupid name.
Juneteenth.
So I thought we should look at an article that explores one of the most difficult things that black people have to deal with in today's society.
Okay.
Is it
So-
cops? Is it white people?
Is it cops?
Watermelon shortages?
Damn,
Not
Terry's
being
on that.
able to trigger light sensors.
Has anyone seen the clips of the comic book that features a black Thor?
Oh god.
I feel
Oh, it's
conflicted.
bad.
I feel conflicted about hiring help.
Very relatable.
Oh wow, this is gonna be a good one.
Oh, let me. I'll find a picture for you guys too.
Being
not
conditioned
a
to do
looker.
everything myself is hindering my ability to seek the help I want.
That's a you problem.
Of
There's
all the
therapy for
first
that.
world problems,
Called
of all
type
the
A.
first world problems, this is the most first world problem I've ever heard in my natural life.
Okay,
There you
Isn't
go.
who the fuck can afford a cleaning product that comes in an aluminum bottle?
Hmm.
Wow, she needs to watch her
This
fucking
bitch.
mouth. This bitch, Jesus.
Sorry. I get
Don't be.
slipped out.
I'm not gonna say a word.
2
The
years
price of
ago.
servants is just too high. How am I supposed to live?
Hey!
Yeah. Wait, what if servants were free? Huh.
There you go. I think you're
Yeah.
onto something.
What if they worked for
And they
nothing?
could never leave your house.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And they are forced to live in shanties on a plantation.
Mm.
Cost
I think
effective, ecological, even.
Jesus.
I think we've got a good thing starting to form here.
Yeah.
We should pitch this to the government, see if they can institutionalize it.
You,
Why do
you
I-
know, if you put the right spin on it, the Joe Biden would reinstitute slavery in a second.
Oh,
That's true.
absolutely. Absolutely. And
You just have to put the right spin on it.
Black
And the
tell him-
white people have been serving from the works of black people for generations now.
Well,
No.
and you could
Black unemployment is at 0.
There
Well,
you go.
and you could probably
There you
tell
go.
him that it's
Very
the
good.
early 1800s, and he'd believe you too. It's like, oh hell, well, we need to get some slavery back.
2 years
Just
ago,
ask him who's going to build the pyramids without slaves, and he's like, "Oh shit."
Wrong
But-
continent, Terry.
yeah,
know,
those
slavery
would
only
be
ever
the
existed
Jewish
in North
slaves, not the
America.
black slaves.
Yes, and as history will dictate, the only slaves has been practiced, or slavery has only been practiced in North America. Nowhere else, ever, at any
2
time,
years-
and only by white people.
2 years ago, my piece on the white and male privilege of adulting became my first one to go viral.
Why is adulting a verb? Isn't like
It's not. It's
It's a
something
thing
that.
now.
Yeah, it shouldn't be because that's if for no other reason it sounds like adultery.
That's almost
well,
as
it just sounds like you're admitting that you're a child and that
Yeah.
you're pretending to be a grown up for a bit.
It's effectively an admission that you're incompetent at everything.
that's almost as dumb of term as sudden adult death syndrome.
I don't know.
Sad.
Jaeger has a point in chat. Slavery would be a green revolution. I
There you go.
mean,
Hey,
how much
get rid of the automobile, bring back the rickshaw.
how much CO2 does a black person put out? Just have them fuel your car.
Jesus, Preston.
It's gotta be less than a cow. There's only one
I'm
stomach.
I'm just imagining a highway full of rickshaws now.
You know, I just got a mental image of Santa having his sleigh pulled by a. Never mind.
6 to 8 black men.
Uh,
Uh,
see.
Rudolph is
rant-
really Tyrone.
Damn.
My rant about privileged people expecting accolades for doing mundane tasks such as laundry or paying bills, while others are expected to perform these tasks for themselves, as well as others without recognition, generated a lot of debate.
Pause. Keith says one horse open slave.
There you go.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh, very good, Keith.
see, now I'm just picturing the scene from Empire Strikes Back when he has to open up the tauntaun and put Luke inside, except it's a black guy.
Oh.
Sweet.
What the fuck?
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh,
This author is having a literal crisis of faith because she doesn't understand how the division of labor works.
For God's sake.
Let's see. I'm circling back to a part of the topic now as
Oh,
I
God.
grapple with the
Just Jen
decision.
Psaki?
As let's see, grapple with the decision that is leaving me feeling conflicted and guilty.
Oh, yet
Guess
somehow
what?
you-
Guess what? Everybody has to work on their own shit. Everybody has chores they have to do. That's just the way life is.
But
You
do you think
pay
it's
them
deliberate
to
that she
do
mentioned
work.
roots? Do you think it's deliberate that she mentioned roots in the subheading?
Oh,
Oh wow, yeah.
that just makes me want to go watch a movie all of a sudden.
As I detailed in my earlier piece, I grew up an adultified child.
what?
That-
What?
that-
What
I'm
the fuck
sorry,
is
but that just doesn't grammar. I'm sorry.
Okay. Aside from the weird phrasing, every adult grew up from being a child. That is not unique to you, you
Does-
retard.
Does she just mean that she grew up really quick and she was precocious?
I think what she's saying is that she was forced to grow up quick, as in, say, like one
Wow.
of the
I'm
parents died, and so she had to be like the mother to her siblings.
Yeah,
Wow,
you know what?
that's
That
never
happens to
happened
lots
before,
of.
ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say this happens to lots of people. So not just you. So you can shut the hell up now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or
Get-
as Mr.
get
Dax
get
says,
over
she had
yourself.
chores.
Everybody has problems, lady. Everybody.
Chores. I had chores as a child. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I don't feel like I was an adultified child.
The burden of minding my younger sister and running the household while both of my parents worked outside the home fell on my shoulders.
Okay, so basically what I said. Only
Mhm.
parents survive.
Yeah, your parents are alive. You had to take care of chores because they were earning money. Guess what? You didn't have to earn money on top of that.
True.
Is she now going to say that the children are beyond privileged and they should pay reparations to people with siblings?
I
Yes.
think
Wait,
that's fair.
Did you say single children as opposed to married children?
Ooh.
I don't know what people come from different cultures. Let's not be ethnophobic.
Yes. Can those of a certain faith get married at like 11 or some shit like that?
Yeah. While the experience afforded me skills and independence at an earlier age than a lot of my peers, it also robbed me of part of my childhood, as I didn't have
fuck off! Sorry,
As I-
go on.
as I didn't
Guess
have was-
what? Guess what? Part of childhood is learning to do work. That's a part of childhood. Not all of childhood is supposed to be sunshine and rainbows, sweetheart.
What? Oh, but what if you identify as someone who likes sunshine and rainbows?
Jesus Christ. It's like the world it's like the world owes you something. It's like the world owes you something for existing. Get the fuck over yourself.
Hey, wait a second. What if a child identifies as being married? Yeah, see, the silence says everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, shut the hell up.
As I didn't have as much latitude to be carefree. To my parents, cooking meals, scrubbing toilets, and taking my sister to and from school took precedence over socializing with friends. The result is
Oh
that
wow, you had a poor social life. Welcome to the entire world.
But
Here,
result
let me
is-
just-
you're literally at school for the majority of your day. What were you doing there? Do you not have lunchtime, recess,
Sora,
free
teaching
periods?
is-
she had
teaching
to
and
scrub
learning-
the toilets there too.
Learning is racist, okay? Math is racist, clearly. And history, history is completely racist.
I just don't think she had friends. That's my thing, and she's blaming her upbringing on that fact.
She is describing a fairly normal childhood and is acting as though she was some sort of special victim of abuse or something.
Maybe she didn't have friends, but Seinfeld was better anyway, so who cares?
The result is that I lagged behind my peers socially, and it took years for me to catch up. Fast forward to my adult life, where I've lived.
You know what? You know what hearing this article is like? It's like watching The Breakfast Club. You know what that part where they're all bitching about their life's problems, and I'm sitting
Yeah.
there thinking to myself, your life's problems aren't so bad. You have fairly easy lives, you entitled sacks of shit. You got it fairly easy. You're sitting there crying, oh, I have these feelings. Fuck off.
Fast forward to my adult life, where I've lived alone for 20 years. Oh, that's a shock. And still do
Doctor.
and still do most mundane tasks myself. Though over the years, they've been a burden that I've resented doing. Housework
Oh.
and running errands take up a chunk of the time that I'd rather spend doing things I enjoy, such as writing pieces like this.
She clearly needs a house honky.
Jesus
Al-
Christ.
Also, unlike in childhood, when I didn't have a choice but to obey orders to stay home and act as a maid and babysitter, I spend many weekends socializing with people dear to me. Years ago, I decreased
Wait.
the freak.
Hold on.
She's thinking.
What?
I don't know.
I feel, is she not contradicting herself? No, sorry. Unlike in childhood, I'm so sorry. I misunderstood. Go on. I apologize.
She's short circuiting Sora's.
Yeah, no,
Like,
Years ago, I decreased the frequency of the mundane tasks I do to manage my free time, so I can go 3 weeks without doing housework or laundry.
That's disgusting.
However, doing those tasks less frequently also increases the mess and the amount of time I spend doing those chores, which means I dislike doing them even more. However,
I
the suggestion
think
that I
that's called depression.
hire a house cleaner to stop the endless cycle of piling up mess and spending more time than I like cleaning it up rankles me.
Okay, first of all, if you go 3 weeks without doing laundry, how much freaking undies have you got?
Look,
Wow.
she doesn't say that she changes her clothes all that often.
Right.
Oh,
It's just skid marks as far as the eye can see.
Maybe she has a bidet. Maybe she has a bidet. That helps. You know?
Oh, okay. Sora's spoiled.
Benefit of the doubt.
Before the pandemic, when white friends mentioned having house cleaners, I'd feel uncomfortable.
Why?
They were reared with the expectation that others would cater to their needs, while I was raised to be subservient.
What?
That sounds like a you thing, not a them thing.
Again, it is because so the idea of the cleaners is they deep clean, right? They're not necessarily there to pick up your day-to-day rubbish, right? As
It
far as
depends on
I
what you
know.
hire them for, but
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But it just to me it seems that either you have way too much stuff and your space is far too big, hence why you can go for more than a week without cleaning it up. So I think you're fairly privileged here.
Well, I
Just my
mean,
2 cents.
she clearly has a house that has like 10 rooms in it, so she can spend a couple of days in each room, then she don't have to worry about it.
And if not, right? Then this is
Oh,
psychological help is needed. Like no, it's jokes aside. Like
okay.
this is a call for help.
You're gonna make my head explode with that one word that's gonna be coming up soon because I can't stand that fucking word.
Let's see. I got the message that I didn't deserve to have others tend to my needs or wants. That seeing to the needs or wants of others should be my purpose. So I judged those friends harshly.
so you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Additionally,
You're a narcissist.
Additionally, my maternal grandmother worked as a domestic in an era when there were few other career options open to black women. The degradation she endured working for entitled white folks
Not a word.
I haven't heard that in ages. Yes.
Not a word.
makes stories
Oh,
like
sorry. What? Wimixon.
That's better.
Thank you.
makes stories like The Help, which is problematic as it's steeped in white saviorism,
Oh, shut the fuck up.
seem trite in comparison. So the issues I have with racism in the domestic work industry run extremely deep. Lately, though, I've been seeing posts on social media from black women admitting that they are hiring domestic help to make their lives easier because they're
Those
realizing
bitches.
that they can't do it all.
How dare they?
Being expected to work outside the home as well as do the housework, cook, do laundry, pay bills, and care for children and spouses is leaving them exhausted. The fact
Okay.
that I can even contemplate hiring help is a privilege that others don't have. And I'm not wealthy.
Why
My
is
in-
it so hard for you to accept that you might have privilege? Having privilege is not a crime.
Well,
Yes,
she's
it
black.
is.
She does not have privilege.
Well, if your skin is white, then yes, it is a crime to have
It's-
privilege.
It's funny because if you remember when this privilege, the white privilege talk first started, they were trying to say, no, we're not saying you're a bad person. We just want you to acknowledge that you have privilege. And then at every single corner after that, they're trying to avoid, like, it's like, that meme with the kid who walks up like 10 stairs to avoid something. It's like that with these people admitting they have privilege.
Yeah.
Because they know that privilege in their ideology is an inherently bad thing. And that from the start, white privilege was effectively saying you're a bad person because you're white. It is the ultimate disingenuous sentiment.
My income is considered moderate in the high cost of living city that I live in.
That could have been phrased better, but I
Yeah.
understand what they're saying.
However-
Would correcting her grammar be considered racist?
Yes.
Yes.
Clearly.
It probably would
However-
help if there were hyphens in that, but I think that's kind of more old-fashioned.
However, I'm not married, nor do I have children.
Shocker.
The money that would otherwise go toward dependence is disposable income for me.
Yeah,
the
you
other-
can't go around having children. It would take the focus off of you.
Yeah, because her entire place is probably covered with mirrors so that she can see herself from every angle.
No, it's covered in garbage. That's why she needs to clean it.
It's
Well, it's
yeah,
both,
you're
it's
right.
both.
It is covered. It is covered in garbage. She's walking around there all the time.
Giovanni says, "Thank God she didn't breed."
Not wrong.
Let's see.
Oh, God.
I lost my place.
It's okay, we understand.
On the other
Okay,
hand, the belief I
yeah,
shouldn't be tired.
on the other hand, the belief that I shouldn't be tired and should have all the time in the world to do housework because I don't have a family is irritating. Just because I don't have a husband or children does not mean I'm not busy. I have
You're
a
just
full
busy with the wrong things. If there's housework that needs to be done and you're blowing it off to do something else that you find enjoyable, then you're being irresponsible.
I have a full-time day job. I write on this platform. I also socialize regularly. I volunteered more regularly before the pandemic and hope to increase that soon.
Mother Teresa here. Listen to her.
It just makes me so sad for her.
Yet I feel conflicted about hiring help because the demand that I be Superwoman remains strong.
Wow.
If someone else
If
stepped
it helps, I give no shits at all whether she hires a cleaner or not.
Exactly.
I give no shits at all whether or not she lives or dies at this point.
No. If she dies, we won't have. If she dies, we won't have articles like this for the show. She needs to keep going.
Yes. We need content to. Yeah.
I mean, this is the most self-important bitch I've ever seen.
And we've seen a lot of articles here.
If someone else stepped inside my door to mop a floor, it'll feel like I failed at black womanhood, because being able to cook and clean is supposed to be an inherent part of my being.
See, this is what is happening in America today with all the, merit, getting rid of merit and then hiring based on skin color or this or that or the other one. Look at this. This is absolute mental health issue right here. Like, what the hell's your problem? Why would that give you pause, right? You need a service done, you hire a company. Why does it have to do anything else with race, gender, ideology, etc.? Oh my God.
Well,
You know
it's
what?
because she has a degree that makes her feel obliged to overanalyze exceedingly simple things.
It's because she has zero conflict, real conflict in her life, right? Or the conflict is this: she's got a sibling, right? Here she is, 20 years living alone, no spouse, no children, no whatever, and pressure, probably first pressure from her family, and she's feeling like a failure, and it's manifests into thinking she's super black woman. There you go. And now she has
Man.
this problem. That's my armchair psychologist for the day.
Sora just went full Hannibal Lecter on her.
And we have to listen to it.
Would you like
Dad.
some fava beans and a nice glass of Chianti?
It's like I've said, this website Medium is just a collective therapy journal.
Yeah.
That's
really is.
basically it. Yeah, because she's like, oh my God, outside of this and my writing, what am I supposed to do?
I can sum up this entire article in one sentence. My life is hard.
Oh, I was thinking that you're going to say, my pussy hurts.
Abdicating those responsibilities to someone else makes me appear lazy or less womanly. Besides, even today, many cleaning women are black or brown like me. I don't want them to experience a tenth of the exploitation and abuse that my grandmother went through.
They're getting paid, you dumb bitch.
I was gonna say, yeah.
They're
So,
they
It
have
is agreed
21st
upon.
century labor laws in place.
so
Holy
she,
shit.
So she plans on abusing them?
Yeah,
Apparently.
these people chose to take these jobs. They weren't forced into them.
Yeah,
I-
they
I-
chose it. They agreed upon a salary. They are getting paid. They need it. If they don't do it, then they starve. Do you
That was going to be
understand
my
that?
point. It was that you're not doing them a favor by not hiring them. You're depriving them of income.
I just like to think that, she's like the maid or is cleaning or whatever, and she's like, well, I guess it's time for me to abuse you because that's, a required part of this.
Yeah, no, this woman, if a black woman entered her house to clean her house, she would just commit seppuku on the spot. She would just kill herself.
It's like, I can't
It's
take
called
it.
Sudoku, actually, Jack.
Sudoku. Put those numbers on that grid, bitch.
It would be funny if, like, for the sake of anti-racism, she put out an ad that she's only hiring whites.
There you go.
Why did this just harkens back to Forrest Gump when Bubba's mother is now a whole big long history of black people serving white shrimp. Now it's like, my servant is now white, bitch. You serve me some shrimp. Okay.
Sorry about your Black Panther party.
Somehow, having them do tasks that I'm perfectly capable of reinforces inequality. But
Well, there is inequality. You are the employer, they are the employee. That's an
But-
unequal relationship.
Yeah, you
both
clearly
of,
have more money than them.
both of you are
Now,
black.
if they start paying her to clean her space, would she feel more comfortable?
There you go.
Go hire a servant and then clean up their place instead.
Like, unless she has a literal cotton crop or something, I don't think she has to feel bad.
I run a plantation.
I'm curious if she owned a like a cotton farm, like an actual cotton farm, would she only allow white people to be hired?
Yes.
Mm,
Let's see.
yeah.
Argument-
My cotton farms are employed by only the whitest of people. You can be sure that no black blood was involved with harvesting the cotton for your shirt.
And you wouldn't be
But
able
then
to
I'd
see.
hear that and be like, oh, so they did a good job. Okay.
It's like, my slave's so white, you can't even see the cotton.
Arguments for getting help. I agree she should get help, just not in the way she thinks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
One argument.
Maybe we should get better help to sponsor the stream.
One argument in favor of hiring help is that, for instance, most of us don't feel guilt for hiring someone to fix our roofs, since most of us don't have the kind of expertise to do work like that ourselves.
Completely different concept.
However, the shame over hiring someone to do mundane tasks like cleaning a bathroom is strong, since it's supposedly a basic life skill that everyone should know how to do.
And if you don't know how to clean a bathroom, then you are way overprivileged.
People know how to clean bathrooms. They just don't do it because they don't have the time. That's why they hire people.
Mhm.
If you have the money, go right ahead and do it. There's no problem with that. If you agree, you're not. I can't express this enough. They're not slaves. They're workers for money.
Well, and
They have
also,
their own houses that they
Got it.
bought with that money. They can choose to leave if they want to. They can choose not to clean your house and not get paid. That's what makes this America.
Yeah,
you dumb
they
bitch.
themselves can terminate a contract. You don't have to be the one giving them permission to do so.
Now,
Put
black-
it this way: I have a cleaner, and I only whip him like 50% of the time.
now, black people doing work is automatically slavery.
yes. Well, and I was also going to say, if she has such a big problem hiring help, then pay them more.
Mhm.
No one's stopping you from paying them more than their rate.
Well,
If
let's
you feel
not go
bad about it,
crazy
give them more
here.
money. I know. See, can't do that. What a shock.
Let's see. Another argument can be made that those who have the means to hire help can do so as a form of self-care, that they are worth the expense, that they are worth being catered to, that their worth as human beings amounts to more than their ability to scrub toilets.
No. It's not about your worth. It's about what the work is worth to you.
Yeah.
That's the purpose. It doesn't make you a better person to hire someone. It means that you are willing to take the money that you earned and put it towards something else.
Hate
For,
fact.
for so long, hiring domestic help was regarded as a rich white people thing to do. Don't black women deserve to be catered to as well? Don't
Oh,
we
clearly
deserve
not.
less?
What about the other countries in the world where Caucasians are not the race
No,
who
they
hire
all-
people?
They all have servants.
Yes. Servants have servants.
Like,
I even have servants who go to the marketplace for my servants.
Yeah. See?
These are concepts that I contemplate as I look at all the clutter around my kitchen table and the kitchen sink full to the brim with dirty dishes.
That just means you are a dirty whore. So I don't want to hear you.
At least rinse them off. Don't just let them be dirty and piling up in the sink.
that's how you get ants and mold and rats.
And would it kill you to put them into the dishwasher as soon as you are done with them? Wow, what a concept.
Aren't you privileged, dishwasher?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
I have some advice for this author. Obviously, you are too self-absorbed and too invested in your shitty degree to live. So just do yourself a favor and kill yourself. Just kill yourself, because you're only prolonging your suffering at this rate.
Again,
you're
if
not-
he dies, we don't get articles. He has
Yeah.
to continue suffering.
Now, do you think this woman masturbates to herself?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cries,
all she does
but
is
she
thinks
has to
about
cry
herself.
at the same time.
Oh, of course. That's the best part of any masturbation is the crying.
Oh my god.
I so need and deserve rest.
Oh, shut you.
Now if I can
The
free
most
myself
put upon author in Medium.
Now if I can free myself from the shackles of my racial and gendered conditioning.
Oh my god.
This poor woman. I feel so bad for her.
Does she have
Unbelievable.
a GoFundMe for her the release of oppression fund?
Yeah, I
or
was
something?
half expecting there to be a link at the end to her GoFundMe.
Won't somebody help this poor person having to live like an average human being?
I would donate to that GoFundMe and the comment would just be buy the best whip money can buy. And then I would put a little black power fist.
I would actually put a comment in this and
God.
just say, so exactly how bad does your pussy hurt after having written this article?
Seriously though, this person has been so, badgered by the education system that she is no longer capable of producing rational thought. She's no longer, everything that's coming out of her brain is just nonsense. And she doesn't know how to think like a normal human being anymore.
Yeah.
This is education. This is like the classic example of that phrase. It's a statement so dumb only an intellectual could have, or only an academic could have made it.
So tomorrow on Juneteenth, remember the plight of our Pipic friends.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm going to buy a bunch of cotton and just scatter it all over the floor so that my cleaner feels at home when he next shows up.
Someone just sent her a picture of a cotton plant and just like, here you go, done.
You probably get visited by police for like racial profiling or something.
All right. Well, with the end of the second article comes our second game.
Wait,
Just
hold on. I just had a thought. Do you think she bans cotton clothing in her house?
Well, if she doesn't, she's a hypocrite. So.
Yeah, she probably uses silk. Yeah.
Oh my god, a black person picked it. No.
Does she have her own cotton gin at home? She's like, oh, I make my own clothing out of my own cotton.
Do you guys have Father's Day tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes.
It's like nowhere near Father's Day in Australia. So
Yeah.
When's your Father's Day?
September.
Father's Day is every day.
You have to be special, don't you?
Patriarchy.
Yeah, I think it's the first Sunday in September. Is the second Sunday in May is Mother's Day. The first Sunday in September is Father's Day.
Okay, I have to read this. Mr. Jack says she leaves the tampons in because pulling them out is technically picking cotton.
Holy shit.
That's
Enjoy
very
your-
well done.
Enjoy your
Wow.
toxic shock syndrome.
That
Well done.
does remind me of one of my favorite racist jokes, which
she
is
drowned herself with organic carrots.
how do you tell if a black woman is pregnant?
Oh.
Oh no.
If she pulls the tampon out and the cotton has been picked, you know she's pregnant.
There you go.
Oh,
I like that.
Oh god. Oh no. No.
That's not funny.
I don't know why you're saying no. It sounds like a foolproof method to me.
It's messed up, but damn it, it's funny.
That is fucked.
It is very much so.
And
Holy
I'm
shit.
clearly not laughing at
No.
that.
I'm going to get a black girlfriend to save on pregnancy test. This is inspiring.
All right. Well, with the end of the second article comes our second game, and that is, and for the chat only, I like boobs, and that is the caption contest, where I'll show you a photo of a political figure or event, and the chat has to come up with a caption for it, and whichever one we like best, I'll tweet out after the show. So this week's photo is something that the Air Force tweeted out for Pride Month, and it's Air Force people doing a run with a pride flag.
Wow.
You know what this reminds me of? Do you remember that Monty Python sketch with the military guys doing the kind of Nancy Boy dance thing?
Oh yeah, the camp it up.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll scratch your eyes out.
I got nothing. This picture.
Distribute your experience among heroes as they
God,
We look fabulous.
this got ratioed to death on Twitter. It was glorious.
Seeing as it doesn't look like whatever sports bra that they're all wearing is actually doing their job, I'm going to assume this is how you shake for a milkshake. Because with all the bouncy in the photo.
And what's your opinion of sports bras?
Let's see. Air Force.
If it ain't binder tight, then it doesn't work.
Air Force in Saudi Arabia, it's not PT. I don't know what PT stands for. Private training?
Pacific
Let's see.
time?
The new Air Force game, Capture the Flag.
No.
It says
Capture
it
the
doesn't say that.
Oh, that's even better.
I didn't.
That's even better. The new Air
I
Force
like
game,
that.
Capture
I
the
like
Flag.
that a lot.
I don't know what I've been told. Licking puss is mighty bold.
Well, if it wins, I'll probably have to put an asterisk or two in
Yeah.
when I put it on Twitter.
It's already got my vote, so
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what I've been
If-
told. Lincoln Puss is mighty bold.
If for only reason for that one, you'll have to
Yeah.
asterisk.
We'll be great cheerleaders for China when they take us over. Apparently, PT stands for physical training. Let's
I'm
see.
surprised that nobody has yet pointed out that there is only one guy in that picture with a bunch of women, and he looks like he's being lapped by them.
Keep moving, ladies. We aren't stopping until you start sweating rainbows.
Well, okay. That's bold of you to assume he identifies as a man. He looks like a
Mhm.
woman to me.
That looks like
Let's
a
see. Air Force Iraq
Just got a
evading building.
biologist so we can confirm.
Air Force Iraq evading building top drop. Let's see. The new military bra, all bras.
BRAWZ, bras.
Said,
See, hormones stick to kids.
Head.
Hormones stick to kids.
That's pretty sick.
Run the gays
Run
are
the
coming.
gates are coming.
That one is accurate.
In the
Some
Air
good
Force,
ones
you get to
tonight.
see the rainbow in the sky and on the ground. I'll give it about 5 more seconds.
Capture
Yeah,
the.
I'm sorry, but if you feel the need to express your individuality this badly,
No.
then perhaps the military isn't for you.
Yeah, isn't that whole point of being a unified mass where
Yep.
you're all part of the team? So, you
my,
know,
my,
Yep.
one of you isn't a target.
my caption was actually a joint effort between me and Moonshock, which is fuck gay women. I want my wife to look like Jack Gunsky.
All right, so I'll call it there. So, which one do you guys think is best?
Cracker Rubs, clearly.
Yeah, Cracker Robs. Jaeger's is a close second, but Cracker Robs is definitely it.
Mm.
All right.
That's my vote too.
Well, I'm gonna have to put at least an asterisk in there, so give you a little
Well,
warning.
No
But
pussying out.
Twitter friendly.
Have fun with your Twitter account after this.
No pussying out. You put it exactly as it was written. Those are the rules.
I
Mhm.
agree. I agree with Terry.
Well, we all didn't quite catch it at the first read, so
No, I did.
maybe
I
you'll
did.
be safe.
I
Okay,
saw it the
well,
first
I
time.
didn't.
That's why I was
My bad.
laughing and Frost had read it wrong.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that YouTube didn't censor it.
all right, well, congrats, Cracker Rob.
Yay!
Maybe they thought he was
That's
talking
great.
about a cigarette.
And rip Frosted Glass's Twitter account.
Yeah, it's only going to be for a week. You'll be able to show next week's show. It's fine.
All right. Well, and now on to our next article. I believe you guys are familiar with the concept of victim blaming, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, just to show that, women are above that.
Okay.
How men teach women to hate them.
How men teach women. to
How the fuck?
Is like number one just by being
Oceana
alive or something?
Epfenhart?
Speaking of, Sora,
Are
you
they
haven't been showing
teaching
up to your
women-
classes. We are going to need to catch up on all the
Oh.
homework that you haven't been doing on how to hate.
So they're
Uh-oh.
teaching the women to hate men.
Or
Huh?
why you are going to see a steep rise in man haters among women and how we can stop this.
Yeah,
I was
it's called
kinda-
I'm
feminism.
surprised she wants to stop it.
I was kind of hoping it was going to say, or how I learned to stop worrying and love the bomb.
And love the bomb. Yeah.
Wow, that is one ugly bitch.
Mhm.
I'm
Sienna?
finding the appropriate picture to link in here. So give me one moment. No, that one's too
Alright.
small. That ain't her. Fucking A.
After yet another round of reading up on Reddit's r/nice guys, I found
great
myself
idea, that.
I found myself saying something very out of character. It was so out of the blue I don't know what to make of it. I sighed and I said, I hate men.
Oh no, a feminist who hates men. Stop the presses.
Shocker.
Uh-huh.
Stop the presses.
Record scratch.
I love
Wait.
that she actually wrote record scratch. That is so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
I
she like
got
a
It's
it.
teenager?
medium. What do you expect?
I've got a picture, and I well, not really, ironically enough, or it just happens to be from buymeacoffee.com.
I'm surprised she doesn't say, "See that picture? That's me." You
Yep,
may be
there's-
wondering how I got
How I
here.
got here.
There's
Yeah.
Go ahead and click on that picture because this woman's got more pink than you'd be able to imagine.
Playing Bob O'Reilly in the background.
Does that just mean she has a giant vagina?
Yes.
This
Ugh.
is sad. This is sad. Very sad. I feel sorry. Let's not make fun of her. She's special.
Oh.
My car's oh fuck, that's horrifying.
All right. Wait, I thought. I have an awesome husband and I have a majority of male friends. This is not
Oh,
me.
she's not like other girls. Oh.
I know. She uses record scratches.
So basically she's using the I have a black friend defense.
Yeah, basically.
Well, this one is okay. To be fair, she's one step ahead of the previous author because she is married. So
You're supposed to eat Skittles, not dress as one.
That's a good one.
Chat's on fire tonight, I gotta say.
Oh god.
yes, it is very good.
What the hell's going on? And why am I feeling increasingly disgusted by the male gender around me when they didn't do anything to me? I'm one of those people who tends to catch themselves when it comes to hate.
Because
And
she's a
most-
good person. And she wants you to know that she's a good person.
In most of my life, men were the best and worst people I've met. Meanwhile, my relationships with women have often been dodgy at best and deep betrayals at worst.
Okay. Stop you here as a female. If you cannot have good relationships with women in your life, coworkers, friends, whatever, the problem is you, not the other women, okay? That it means that you are jealous, you are spiteful, you are the one who's backstabbing, and the other people, the reason you feel they're the same to you is because they're protecting themselves because they see that in you.
No, it's
There
that
you go.
It's that Simpsons meme, you know. Could I be wrong? No, it's the other
No.
women who are wrong.
This is, if for anyone who, like for me, this is the biggest red flag whenever you meet someone. I'm not friends with other girls because they're just so catty. 100% red flag, biggest red flag in the whole entire universe is that. Ugh.
Because I just had a shitty background, I make a point of trying not to judge people based on gender.
Bullshit.
Even so, my statement took me aback. It was not something I was okay with, so I hit the pause button and tried to parse it out. It took me a moment to realize what was going on. Whether men realize it or not, a large percentage of their population is working very hard at making women, and people who are AFAB, hate them. Here's why I'm saying this, and please don't hate me for it.
Too late.
So if the second one is then
Yeah.
First off, there's the fact that men seem to support the repeal of Roe v. Wade.
Yep, that's me.
Yep.
There's a lot of women.
Some
as
men
well.
Yeah, and
They-
also,
this is they pretend as though it's men doing this. Guess what? It breaks pretty evenly down gender lines.
yeah, over a third of women support it too.
So what do you mean by cards? So these
Believe it or not, most women realize that the pro-life movement isn't about saving babies. It's about punishing women.
Hey, it can be two things.
Yeah, why not both? And most men don't realize this, but the anti-abortion movement is also about removing vital care for women. Women will die without access to D&Cs and abortion.
Yeah, that's okay.
Did you put down how many?
Do you know what costs around $10 depending on the size of the package you get? Condoms.
Birth control.
And
Is that
Sora
fair?
would know.
She buys in bulk. Yeah.
Costco membership
a
unlocked.
pallet. How much per pallet?
How much is a pallet of condoms these days?
Oh, $50. Not bad.
Can I
for a
buy
weekend.
them? Can I buy them by the gross?
This
Some-
next bit is insane. 'Cause, like, if you're going to do a murder suicide, just start with yourself, and then the other person can be okay.
Yeah. Yes, you use proximity as your deciding factor for who should go first.
Yeah. Some will die by suicide. Some will do murder suicides. Others will die from septic infections because they're not legally allowed to remove an already dead baby from them.
Okay, no abortion ban is going to prevent actual medical care that like endangers the woman's life.
Yeah, this
It's
person
not
is just
Ireland.
trying to shoehorn their political shit in with the stuff that everybody already agrees with.
Yeah,
But I still don't see. Oh, wait. Yeah, I forgot what we're. I forgot that this is how men makes us hate them. Because I was like, what has this got to do with the Reddit? Nice guy Reddit.
yeah.
Believe it. Let's see. Okay. When men seem to be totally fine with repealing women's rights to health care, we are going to start to resent you.
I'm not against women's right to healthcare. I'm just against women's right to murder. I'm not too big on letting people do that.
Murder is health care, Terry.
Well, in that case, she's right. She's got me.
Some of us will rightfully refuse to tolerate anyone whose political ideations include shoving us back in the kitchen.
Oh,
I don't remember anybody ever saying "get back in the kitchen, bitch." But for the sake of the
I'll
argument,
say it as much as you want.
I was gonna say for the sake of the argument, get back in the kitchen, bitch.
A lot of women are seeing the reaction and support of anti-feminist agendas as a mask-off moment for them. They're beyond angry. Don't believe me? Look below. And there's a clip of some bitch on Reddit, bitching about guys. I mean, I don't know.
That's Reddit. That's
Okay.
something that's called 2X chromosomes.
How much you want to bet that's her?
Probably.
I mean, I don't know what our guys expecting here, though. You can't take away a basic right to health care and expect us to still want to respect you.
I have to
Pro-life
look that up.
men just played themselves. When women don't even want to think about having kids with you, you probably fucked up as a collective. Taking away birth control and abortions only make women less likely
Wow.
to want to be with you. Sorry.
Is anyone talking about
Whoa,
removing birth
whoa.
control?
Taking away birth control and abortions. So does she believe abortion is a form of birth control?
Yes, she does
Here.
actually.
I'll even give you a little bit more trivia
Because-
about that subreddit. The moderator list is hidden. They won't show who the
which
moderators
ones?
are. On this 2X chromosome
Oh.
subreddit, the moderators list is not
Ah.
not showing. Normally, you can see everybody who the moderators are, but in this case,
Yeah.
it's hidden because they don't want you to know.
The biggest detractors, or the biggest the worst aspect of pro-abortion people are the actual people within the movement itself, because every time they talk, they say something that sounds positively ghoulish. They're incapable of sounding like rational human beings because they refuse to engage with the issue honestly.
I mean, my position's always been sometimes it's the least awful option. You need to terminate a pregnancy. That's unfortunate, but it happens. It's the people who glorify it and like celebrate it that bother me. Like they're acting as if, oh no, you should be out there killing babies. It's empowering. No.
Killing
evil.
babies is a good thing. It's just a thing.
Yeah. Like,
That's
I
the-
always bring it up, but the nostalgia chick, she deliberately got pregnant for the sole purpose of filming the abortion. And, like, that is
Yeah.
disgusting. That should be criminal.
I'm just reminded of what's her name on that late night show. Get one.
Tell Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know that recent black woman who was shot, the one who everybody says, "Oh, she was pregnant and she was unarmed and everything." Oh, and it turns out she wasn't pregnant and she did have a gun and all that.
Yeah.
How come they dropped the whole clump of cells thing when they were pointing out that she was pregnant?
Yeah.
Like who cares? It's just a clump of cells.
People have pointed out that if you kill a pregnant woman, you get charged with double homicide. Why? If it's just a clump of cells.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because they're hypocrites.
Yeah.
These people, they know that it's something. And if you want to talk about it through that lens, then yes, sure, that's a conversation that can be had. But as long as you're playing this bullshit game where you're pretending it doesn't really exist at all, and you're thinking and you're calling it just a thing that can be removed like it's a parasite, it's sick. It's demented.
But no, that's a good choice of word because they do legitimately think of babies as parasites. Like
Yeah.
unborn babies, they legitimately do consider them parasites.
I mean, I've seen more than one article on here calling them parasites.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's so incredibly twisted. It's such a twisted way of viewing the world. Guess what? That would have made you a parasite at one point, lady.
Yep.
I bet you she's the type that never wanted to be born in the first place, you know?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I didn't ask to
Yeah.
be here.
Here you go, Sora. There's somebody on this 2X chromosomes that says she wears a 34F. And well, this already just says when you wear a cute new bikini, wake up the next morning with a bruised neck from holding up your boobs all day. So fun.
Let's see. Feminism didn't hurt men's chances with women. Rather, men hurt men's chances with women via their reactions to it. So don't blame feminism for the declining dating.
Oh, so basically this entire article is I'm alone and I want a man, but I can't be the fault
No,
in
she's
my own
married.
She's
relationships.
married. She's married.
She's married? Oh,
She's married.
fuck.
And all her
What?
friends
How?
are guys.
How? Who would marry this stupid bitch?
Stupid man.
Steve Shives.
With his moist lips.
I like Steve Shives. I miss when people were making videos about him.
Yeah, he's such easy fodder too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love me some
Baring,
chicks with
if you're
dicks.
if you're out there, Baring, what are you doing? Go back to making fun of Steve Shives.
That was like the golden period of YouTube when it was making fun
Yeah.
of Christy and Steve Shives and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that
It's a
group.
simpler time.
Yeah.
Alright, in many cases, the way women are treated in the world of dating is what does it. And to make matters worse, men tell us how to feel.
Are they going to make the case that women are vending machines?
I mean, I wish they were. That would be really convenient.
So if I do this one or the
I don't know.
Hold it.
I don't know a single woman who wasn't treated like a sex vending machine by men at least once.
Oh my god.
A sex vending machine.
You know, some women want to be treated that way. Just saying.
Man, all it takes is $1.
Okay,
It-
now go ahead.
Also, when you don't get what you want, you just reach your arm up inside to grab it.
There you go.
Apparently so.
No, I'm afraid that they have safety latches on it now.
Or if it gets stuck, you push it around until it falls out.
Oh.
This analogy actually works really well.
Does it? Does it really?
Yeah, yeah. I'm putting around the process very thinking.
It's sad, but it's true. Guys often assume that buying a girl lunch means she has to put out. It's really disgusting and sad.
Well, yeah. Well, if a girl
What
goes
kind of
out with a
guy
guy
are
and
you?
then orders the most expensive thing on the menu, yeah, I'm sorry, but if you take advantage of a man's good nature, you should be more receptive to that sort of thing. I'm sorry, but otherwise you're just taking advantage of him and you're being a bitch.
Well, I would say you putting yourself in a romantic situation is implying that you have an interest in things proceeding in that direction. So
Exactly.
it's not a case of I bought you lunch, now fuck me. It's it's basically we are both in a situation with the understanding that this is going somewhere romantic, and
Yeah.
so it
It's
makes sense for me to have that expectation.
the problem is that it's a negotiation. Obviously,
Yeah,
if the woman doesn't like the
lunch
date,
is
if the
not
woman
all
doesn't
the
like
way.
if the woman doesn't like the date, she can choose to break it off then. But the notion that you go into the date with the expectation that nothing is going to happen means that you're just taking advantage of him.
If
And
I
I've
if
Go
I had
ahead.
a soundboard, I would put on there Terry saying, "I bought you lunch, now fuck me."
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, and to that end, I was going to be like, here's a Big Mac. Time to go fuck.
No. See, and this I like. This is where going Dutch comes in. You don't want to be seen like this. Just offer to pay 50-50.
Yeah,
Then
but then they
nobody
wouldn't get a
has to
free
do it.
meal.
Yeah, well, then be seen as a vending machine, I guess. I don't know.
No, this bitch just wants to milk guys of free meals.
Yeah, she
That's
does.
what she's asking for. She just
That
wants
that
free
gives you
food.
big bucks online.
No,
She's a whore, effectively.
no, there's
She's
legitimately Reddits set up to talk to like get women to do this to men. It's like you should be abusing men's trust and using them for free food. Like that is their correct method of interaction with men.
Most
Yeah,
most
it's-
women have also had friendships with guys who just wanted to fuck zone them. All right, fuck zone sounds like an awesome place.
I got trapped in the fuck zone.
Is this trash or do you need to keep this?
It's the porno version of the Twilight Zone.
And instead of doo-doo-doo, it's bow, chicka, bow, wow.
That's the kind of stuff that leads some women to
Do not
attempt
adjust that dial.
Yeah, you think that's trash.
That's the kind of stuff that leads some women to attempt suicide. But hey,
Oh,
guys,
yeah, there's a real problem with women killing themselves. It's a very, very female-dominated problem.
meanwhile, the friend zone is perfectly fine.
Of course.
But hey, guys, who
What you
who
need
do-
to get into is the stepbrother zone. Or so I've heard.
and then wait for her to get stuck in the dryer. Yeah.
It is an epidemic out there. You don't know how difficult it is to get out of those.
But hey, guys who do that don't care about how horrible they make women feel about themselves as long as they get laid.
Incorrect.
I've talked at length about dating trauma in my articles, but I want to point something out. Lecturing women that it's #not all men does not stop the fact that it's so many men, they are starting to see everyone in the same light.
Wow.
There's also the way men seem to make everything women's fault or downplay their pain.
Oh yes, because women never make things all men's fault all the time. They didn't
Never
invent terminology strictly for the purpose of making everything men's fault. They haven't
Never happened.
invented lexical games that they play in order to make things that are clearly not men's fault somehow men's fault. I mean, these people are so expert at making things men's fault. They even claim that the patriarchy hurts men.
Yep. Uh,
Oh, the
God.
patriarch. No, we're not saying that men are evil. We're just saying that it hurts men too. That men hurt men because of the patriarchy. It's supremacy of men over men for them being men.
makes sense. Yeah.
I just like Keep It in
So
chat says, "Welcome to the fuck zone" with a kissy emoji.
Women are afraid of men. Women are really afraid of men. And yet
Okay.
most of them want to have a loving spouse with them who they can trust in and confide in. They want to have someone to be with, I promise you. Women are getting hurt repeatedly by men, and they are starting to talk about all the sexual assaults, all the times they were told they were asking for it, all the harassment, and the times that their complaints were ignored.
They probably were asking for it. They probably were
You want to
wearing
know?
purple.
You want to know who gets ignored the most? Is men who are
Men.
hurt by women.
Yeah.
That never happens. There's nothing to ignore.
Yeah. Let's see. That is the look of a gender who is tired of trying to work with a gender who's supposed to love them but treats them like shit. The vast majority of homicides done by a romantic partner are female victims and male killers. What sucks is that most women can't even vent about it near men without them being corrected on how they should feel.
Well,
Could
if
you
they felt
imagine?
correct, if they felt the right way, we wouldn't need to correct them. This is
Yeah.
If they
clearly her
weren't
fault.
psycho bitches all the time.
Could you imagine if women had that audacity with men? They'd
Uh,
probably
No,
they're
never in a million years could I imagine a woman telling a man how to feel.
Yeah, this article isn't an express admission towards that very end.
they're probably get beaten.
What? There, whatever.
They are probably get beaten.
I mean, but depending on the situation and in one shitty relationship you're in, sure, probably,
Their complaints are
but not every
valid.
single one.
Their complaints are valid, but the rebuttals they're getting are not okay. And most men just have to tell us it's not all men, or that we're choosing the wrong ones.
But you clearly are choosing the wrong one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he beats you, are you choosing the right ones?
I mean, how many
Yeah.
how many times have we heard about people who they always end up in shitty relationships? They always end up with shitty human beings that abuse them. It happens constantly without fail. Is anyone ever going to ask? Maybe it's you. Maybe you're just shitty at picking out good human beings and you need to, you know, change your expectations of what a relationship needs to be, because clearly you have a fault in judging other people's character.
Mhm. And the thing is, it's not always 100% their fault. The upbringing and what they observed 100% comes into that. But when it becomes a pattern that you're refusing to see, at some point, that's on you. That's an absolute failure to self-reflect because you don't want to. It's sticking your head in the sand, right?
Let's see.
It's sad, but this isn't like this kind
Yeah.
of stuff. And then going on to something, and I will agree with her. Like if you ever go into the nice guys subreddit, there's some really freaking creepy stories there. Usually a
Yes.
lot of them happens to be centered around like high school kids or whatever, like people saying, well, this is what happened when I was in high school. And there's some really creepy stuff where people do not know boundaries, and to be nice, a girl will try to be nice to someone, and that is seen as a romantic interlude. And this is why you don't, like, and I can see at that point, why I don't
No.
like any of this. So you don't go onto that site because it's creepy. It can gives you bad vibes and puts a bad taste in your mouth. But
Sorry, you're overthinking it. All you've got to do is fuck everyone that buys you lunch.
Yeah. If I slide $1 inside of you, you gotta vend out
Give me-
some sex.
Like, give me a bag of chips.
$1 is only good for spitting. Sorry.
This is how men teach women to hate them. This right here. We need real allies who listen and don't screech about it being misandristic. Isn't it just misandrist?
Yeah.
Whatever. Women are facing systemic hatred and harassment. Not all men actively contribute, but #YesAllMen passively enjoy the benefits of toxic men. Guys, please, police your own. This is not okay, and it's leaving lasting damage as to how women feel about you.
Oh, you got to read the
How
author's note.
How this stupid woman feels about me. I don't care about how this stupid woman feels about me.
You need to read the author's note, Frosted.
Yeah, it's good.
Author's note. If you squeal and screech about me being a man-hater or a misandrist, you're getting banned and blocked. For once, listen and recognize that the power to maybe get women to feel safe around you is within you.
Wouldn't it be within them?
No, but
Also-
if you are
also
able
buy
to
me a
comment,
coffee.
you should just link this stream.
Well, if you buy her a coffee, is she going to go buy another pink outfit or more pink hair?
I'll buy you a coffee, but I can't guarantee it'll have 0% semen.
Well, that
Oh,
cup right
shit,
there
it's
clearly is
11
full of white stuff.
It's 11 o'clock. We're only 3 articles in.
I know.
All right.
Oceana Tepfenhorn.
But now, with the end of the third article comes the final game.
Nah.
Ooh.
It's B. Just get on to the next article.
No. This is the best game.
That's second best.
And that is Po or No Gender Edition,
All fake.
Yay.
where I'll give you 3 different genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and 1 I made up. And you have to figure out which one is made up.
All fake.
And I'll even give you a short description of each one. So, let's see.
Okay.
Gender A.
What's this article sponsored by Gillette?
The best a man can get.
Psycho.
That one's real.
Sorry, Frosted. Go ahead.
Psychogender.
Yes.
Gender
Ooh.
that can only be understood in the context of a psychotic disorder.
That's
Yes.
gotta be. No, that's definitely real.
That's TikTok.
That's all of them.
That's every author on Medium.
I can see people bragging. I'm psychogender.
I was half
Alright.
expecting that to be about gender that identifies with the killer in Psycho.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a TikTok reference.
All right, gender B. Abracagender.
If that one is the fake one, then bravo for you, Frosted, for thinking
A
that
gender
one up.
that feels magical and seems to appear and disappear at random.
Oh, I like that one, but I think that one's
I
probably
love
gonna be our
that so
fake one.
much.
Yes.
Abracagender.
You have to wait.
You're a man.
I am a powerful magician. Your clothes are red.
Your clothes are red.
All right. And gender C. Emancigender.
Oh.
Gender related to the emancipation of prisoners or enslaved people.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're making this one a difficult one this week. Hmm.
All right. And I'll
Ah.
start a poll in chat so that the chat can get in on it.
I'm going to say all real because
And don't forget
those
one
are
of
too
the
good to be fake.
one
Ah.
of the
Is that an option?
options is that they're all real.
Gender sesame. Gender sesame.
I want them all to be real, so I'm voting all real.
If that is an option, I'm also voting all real because that is
Same.
beautiful. No,
Same.
C, I find C the hardest to believe, but it's so beautiful and nuts, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I just
I hope
abracadabra,
they're
though. That's mwah, chef's kiss.
I hope they're all real, but I'm going to vote B.
All right, so
Just
Jackson.
because.
Q, I bought your coffee. Open sesame.
And that can count in several different ways too.
That's beautiful.
All right. So Jack says B. Moon.
I say all are real.
All right. Terry.
Yeah, all real.
All right. Sora.
All, please.
Okay, now I have to ask. The Son was looking at the three choices. Which of those would you say is the real or fake one? Or are they all real?
B is real.
B is real. No. Which is the fake one?
Fake one? C.
All right. Well, the chat is leaning towards all real, followed by B. Yeah.
Now, if A is the fake one, man, then you got us all big time.
Mm.
Yeah,
And if
give
a
it-
man's gender is real, holy shit.
Poor Abraham Lincoln.
Died for this.
What do you say?
They want you
I
to
don't-
say that. They want you to say that again. You have to come over here. Because once you said that, everyone's like,
I didn't hear what was said.
Sorry, I mean, Son's brother said he was in the kitchen. He goes, abracagender.
All right. Well, we got 19 votes in, so I'll end it there. So it looks like the chat went with all real.
Chat always goes with all real.
All right. And the answer is
Watch it be A.
C is fake.
Oh, Emansa gender was the fake one.
I thought it looked a bit weird. I'm just happy.
You said B.
I'm just happy abracadabra is a real thing.
This just in. Everyone in Moonshock's family except Moonshock is popular on the corner.
Yeah. That is very true. That is very true.
All right.
I
So
mean, I
let's-
can't catch a break.
So let's take a look at the flags for the real ones.
Oh,
Alright.
Psycho
Oh,
would be
yes,
good.
favorite part. My favorite
So
part.
the psycho gender is unfortunately boring.
Aw.
It should be a picture of Norman Bates. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Or
some
at least a
lame-ass shit.
knife, you know.
I want to be like laser gender or something.
All right. And here's abracagender.
Oh, come on, have a magic wand or some shit like that, or spark laser. Oh, it's got sparklies on it.
Hey,
There's the flag for
Technically,
abracagender on the
that
right.
flag is the stars and
I
stripes.
really like it. I like it.
I have-
Not as much
I
as
have a
pesto
question.
gender, but
Sparkles.
Dude, I bet you they drink unicorn farts.
You know, Frost said that he actually made a good point. Apparently, everybody in my household except for me is popular on the corner. So-
I didn't say
Jack
that.
did. Thank you.
Thing is next weekend, we kick you out and we join.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the sound of this.
Yeah. See, Terry said he likes the sound of that. So apparently, you'll be taking my place next week.
Okay.
Hey, have them on Quippers. We have a Moonshock family special.
Buy unicorn farts beer from Dewclaw.
All right. Well,
Is that actually a
You
thing?
girls in the store have business cards on hand.
Dude, I'm thinking.
all right. Well, it's time for our final article. And you know, since it's Pride Month, we got to have at least one LGBT related one.
yeah.
So-
Oh God.
Matt Walsh wants to kill queer people.
Okay, everybody. What do you think the odds are right now that this person actually watched What Is a Woman?
0.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0%. I'm going to say that there's no way in hell they watched it on the basis that it's killing trans people. So why would I give them the attention?
Well, also because it's on the Daily Wire, and like no one who disagrees is going to pay $14 to
That's true.
watch something that they know they're going to hate.
That's true.
With the conservative propaganda machine in full swing, with its sights fixed on queer people, many people may be concerned as to what the outcomes of this energy may be. To those people or anyone curious about the intents of this, I would say that there's no need to worry. Conservatives and reactionaries like Matt Walsh, who have been incessantly promoting the idea that queer people are groomers, always have the same thing in mind.
Yeah, wanting people to avoid the groomers.
Yeah, they're not promoting the idea that queer people are groomers. They're promoting the idea that, well, first of all, there are lots of fake trans people who are groomers, and there are also lots of liberal people who are groomers who are in support of the LGBT cult. That does not actually encompass LGBT people.
All these people have ever wanted, even in more recent times where they may have backed off on some of the more overt examples of genocidal rhetoric against queer people, is just that, genocide. One of the
genocide, murder, all of them.
One of the core characteristics of conservative philosophy is hatred of nonconformity, and any time in which nonconformity occurs, it is viewed as a perversion to be destroyed, regardless of the reason behind its manifestation.
Yes. It's the conservatives that insist that you conform to all of their beliefs. That's the way it works.
It is a fact that gender ambiguity exists in a variety of ways and contexts. This, of course, implies a certain degree of nonconformity, and the same is true for sexuality, something even more ambiguous.
Okay, so what do you think the ambiguity is? Because as far as I can tell, the ambiguity is either A, traits on a person that are incredibly rare and do not justify nearly the amount of trans identification in society, or B, they're just personality traits and have nothing to do with male or female at all, and you just want them to be because that is more convenient to you, muddying the waters of life in general.
But,
yeah,
that is so hateful.
I know. I disavow everything Jack Gunsky says and does.
Yeah.
Just as a matter of course.
Conservatives and reactionaries think that only heterosexual relationships are valid, and any instance this is not the case is seen as a perversion and something to be destroyed. This explains why so many reactionaries rejoiced at the AIDS crisis of the 80s, because they viewed it as...
everyone was thrilled. That was like, hooray! Gay people are dying.
You know, how much you want to bet this person was a masker this past couple of years? Even though that AIDS crisis was perpetuated by Dr. Fauci.
But he is the science. Science can't lie. This explains why so many reactionaries rejoiced at the AIDS crisis of the 80s, because they viewed it as God's cure for homosexuality. The ongoing attacks.
Straight people can get AIDS. It's not entirely gay people.
The ongoing attacks on the LGBT community from across the U.S. are nothing to do with protecting children or anything of the sort. It's all about attacking the LGBT community. Recently in Ohio, a bill was passed that required genital inspections of trans athletes.
Can
By
you
some-
imagine being the guy who has to do that job?
Wow,
It's
finding
whoever
I'm
pulls
just
the short
imagining.
straw.
I'm just imagining a guy. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on down there?
he calls
the
he
guy's
calls
got to get
us-
a ruler out and like it has to be a certain length before it's officially a penis.
What
he-
what is this? Why is it wet? Is it blinking at me? What the fuck?
he calls second person in for a second opinion. Yeah.
Yo, look at this shit here. Isn't that fucked up?
Do any of you remember that show Drawn Together where Princess Clara had like a tentacle monster coming out of her vagina?
Oh yes. She was supposed to be the virginal Disney princess.
Yeah.
By some sources, there is only a single trans athlete in the state of Ohio, so I really fail to see how this can be viewed as anything other than an attack on LGBT people.
It's called preemptive lawmaking. Since everybody is gonna try to jump ship to make winning easier, they're just making sure they have stuff in place.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you let trans people play against women, you're gonna have two leagues: men's league and the shitty men's league. There's going to be
Yeah.
no women that make the cut because everyone
Yeah.
who sucks at sport is going to identify as a woman and play in
Yeah.
the shitty men's league.
And that's basically what we have right now.
Okay, I hope to earn this introduction someday. Matt Walsh, infamous genocide supporter.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. You should send a clip to that a screenshot of that to Matt Walsh's account. I bet you he would get a kick out of it.
And a spokesmodel for the Dunning-Kruger effect, has doubled down on his hatred for queer people by stating that trans people of all ages should not be able to access gender-affirming care.
Jeez, gender affirming care is like that's one way to
It's
describe it, I
non-care.
guess.
It's non-care. Effectively.
In the last few months, we've seen people like Matt argue that trans children should not be able to access care because they concern troll about children not being ready or it not being suitable for them.
That's because we don't care. We don't care about what you care about. Care is not a medical affliction. Okay? It's or at least sorry. Your quasi personality traits are not a medical affliction.
But if they can't pump kids full of hormones or mutilate their genitals, then it's genocide.
They used to do that to cows, right? And now nobody wants to buy hormone riddled meat. They have to get rid of the stockpile of hormones somehow.
The cows are trans?
Not anymore. Time to use it on the kids.
The thing that stuck out to me about that movie was finding out that the drugs they use for puberty blockers are like chemical castration drugs that they use on sex offenders.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's like, yeah, maybe don't give these to kids.
Yeah. I mean,
if it's
How-
good enough
how
for
can you-
prisoners.
How can you think of that and
isn't
not feel like you're committing child abuse?
isn't that basically what they forced gay people to do back when being gay was illegal?
Yep.
Yeah.
it is.
It's what they did to what's that guy? The guy who
Turin?
invented the
Turin.
computer. Yeah.
Alan Turing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I say concern troll because literally every medical organization worth its salt supports trans kids and recognizes that people like Matt have no idea what they're talking about and are
But did you catch the trick there where they say worth its salt? Any medical organization that doesn't, this author can say, oh well, they're not worth their salt.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Okay.
No rush.
Yeah. Let's see. I have
Bring
no
We'll
idea
we'll
what.
be sitting here. We'll be sitting here
Or your
waiting
brother-in-law.
for you to return.
Let's see. I have no idea what they're talking about and are just resorting to fear mongering to stir up hatred against already marginalized groups.
Are you actually going to address anything that Matt Walsh said in his movie at
No.
all?
Of
Are you
course
No.
going to?
That
Are
would
you
be
going to
transphobic.
even? I mean, you even if you didn't watch the movie, there were clips online. I'm sure that you could watch one of those out of context. I'm sure that you have friends who clipped his movie out of context in order to give the least charitable interpretation of something he said, and you can address that. Can you address one of those things at least?
That's a bold assumption, thinking that they have friends. To be
Ah.
clear, calling for trans people of all ages to not be allowed to access gender-affirming care is a call for action. It is a call for genocide.
I think he was mostly concerned with it happening to kids. It's not of all ages. If you're an adult
No.
and you want to mutilate your body, I don't think he's going to stop you. Or
Although
suggest
then
that
What's
you
again,
should
the?
do it.
You're 18 fairly quickly, right? After that, most cases people see you as an adult, right?
Yeah.
Though then again, the part of the movie where he talks about where he does the interview with the trans man, if they got me at 42, your kids don't have a chance.
Yeah. But like he's mostly objecting to like 10-year-olds being force-fed
Yeah.
hormones. That's the brunt of the complaint is because they can't
So-
consent to that.
A lot of the for me, this grossness comes from it's not that necessarily protecting. How should I put this? They're trying the naysayers. I think mostly they're trying not to protect kids against their sick parents who
Mhm.
are trying to do Munchausen by proxy because it'll give them some sort of accolade, right? Because whenever you see someone who's like, oh, look at me, I'm progressive. My 5-year-old is now a girl or is now a boy or whatever, and yes, we're feeding them medication. Shower me with praise. I think it's more of a we can't actually remove this child from your care, so by saying you cannot give them all sorts of castration drugs, that's a way of protecting them. Like, it's just yeah.
Let's see. Calling for trans people to be prevented from being able to transition is a call to wipe them out as people in society. Whether or not it is necessarily organized mass murder does not refute this fact.
So
You
whether
know,
or not it actually qualifies as the thing I'm saying, that's irrelevant. I've decided it's this.
I wonder what these people's rhetoric would consist of if they weren't allowed to call all of their political enemies murderers. How much would really this author be able to say here if she couldn't? I assume it's a she. If she couldn't just say like everyone who disagrees with me is a mass murderer, there would be
So-
nothing left.
I have a query. How this author is describing genocide specifically? Because usually it's what your genocide is the destruction of a group, right?
Yes,
but it's
genocide. Oh, sorry.
because it's usually like ethnic, racial, religious, right? So in this case,
Technically-
what would this be?
Technically, genocide does not need to consist of murder. It can just be like in China, for example, the Uyghurs are being genocided because they're not allowed to breed, and they have
And they're a
people who
religious
basically
group?
watch them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are being genocided, but they're not necessarily being killed. Although I'm sure that some of them are being killed, but that I don't think the author means that
Slow
particular
extinction.
definition. Yeah, I don't think that the author means that. I think that this author really means like literal mass murder
Yeah.
of a particular group.
Let's see. Genocide is an is an internationally recognized crime where acts are committed with the intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group.
I'm just going to say it. Real transgenocide has never been tried.
Yeah.
So how do you know? Oh god.
And
Clearly, we need to keep
And-
trying until we get it right.
I would argue that the trans thing has become a religion.
Yes, it is.
When people make declarations like this, stating that trans people need to be wiped out as a section of society, knowing full well that preventing access to gender affirming will lead to harm and even death of trans people, it is a call for genocide. If you are going to make this call, at least have the balls to admit this is what you want. Don't try and sugarcoat this as though your real concern is the well-being of would-be trans people, when all evidence points to the opposite. Of course, there are those who would say that this is merely about treating or curing a mental illness. The first thing wrong with this is that being trans is not considered a mental illness.
But
Yeah,
could
that's
be.
because you people bitched out the wazoo and got the definition changed. Wow, it's amazing how you can change a definition when there is politics involved.
But as Chaos Eve pointed out, if it's not counted as an illness anymore, insurance doesn't have to cover it. So all this has accomplished is made it even harder for trans people to get any kind of operation because they've got to pay for it themselves now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Your massive virtue signal was effectively an own goal.
Hmm.
Let's see. Gender dysphoria is a mental illness and there is no cure for it. There are treatments available for it. The only recognized treatment for gender dysphoria is transitioning, and if conservatives really cared about what they pretend to, they would recognize this.
And what's the suicide rate after transition by any chance? Eh,
That the 41% number is attempted suicide, not actual suicide.
no, but
Sorry.
from the movie, the guy was saying that the rate of suicide actually increases. Like the most suicidal group is like 10 years after the surgery. That's when
Well-
trans people are most suicidal.
And I understand because they go through can you imagine the pain, the struggle to heal after things like this, and down the road you think that's going to fix something.
Yeah,
And then down the road, if you have a doctor who doesn't know what they're doing, if it's botched, if some infections, any sort of shit can happen, right? This is and you still have the same problem, unfortunately, right? But at that point, people are like, "Well, you've got what you wanted, so why do you don't need any more help? You don't need support. You're where you want to be, right?" And I can understand why it's such an increase after that time. It's very sad.
even if the surgery is done correctly, you still have to remember your body was not supposed to be this way. It is
Right.
still going to need further corrections down the line, and if you don't take care of it, your external organs will start to rot away from your body.
I think the problem is I think Sora was saying it is that there's the expectation I've had the surgery, my
Yeah.
life should be fixed now, and then it isn't.
Exactly. Yes.
And that makes the suicidality spike because, well, why didn't it work? Why am I still dysphoric? Why am I still depressed?
Mhm.
Why didn't it work? And that makes
Yeah.
them like even worse than before they transitioned.
They wanna just throw you out the door. It's like it's the meme where you have the Democrat throwing the person out the door once they're done with them. It's just trans people after they've transitioned, throw them out the door because anything they say now isn't going to help our cause. They never talk about people after they've transitioned. They only talk about them before they've transitioned. And that's because they know that there are people who A, regret their decision, or B, even if they don't regret their decision, they end up regretting it when they have all the medical problems that come along with it.
Mhm. And when you hear a lot of people talking about going through detransitioning, if they can, and the stigma that's associated with that in their own community. And it's so sad because there's another layer of the potential for suicide, right?
Yep.
Because you realize none of this is helping, or you were coerced into it, or you were convinced, or whatever it is, or you just decide this is not helping me. I'm just going to try some, whatever it is, right? Because I cannot put myself into that position. I just can't, because that is not my problem, right? Like, it's not something I've ever would have experienced to think. And then you have no help from your people, because it's like, well, you should be happy and you've managed to get to this point, and how dare you, like, go against our community, or whatever it is
Yeah.
they might say. And it's just, it's sad. There's no support. And like you said, that's it. You've reached the golden goal, and now you're expected to flourish,
and
I guess.
and what makes it even worse is conservatives, when they get canceled, they still have their conservative buddies to fall back on.
Yeah.
If you get duped by these bunch of a-holes and then decide to go back because it's better for yourself, you don't have any support to fall back on, because all the people you thought were your friends were really just using you as a big virtue signal to make
Yeah,
them feel
yeah.
better about themselves, and then they feel betrayed, so they turn on you.
Q Continuum was making a similar point, saying how many of the suicides are from people realizing they made a mistake and then having all their,
Yes,
supposed friends turn on them because they're betraying the cause.
exactly.
It's sickening.
We are in Pride Month, and I really don't think cis people know what we are up against. People like Matt and the countless others who espouse his views are mainstream figures with hundreds of thousands of followers, and there is little to no pushback against people like this in the media or from politicians. If these people thought they could get away with it, they would be calling for our execution or for us to be sent to camps.
Only if
Oh,
they've got
shut the
COVID.
fuck up.
Only if they've got COVID.
Simple allyship isn't enough. Going to a pride protest and waving a flag isn't enough. We need cis people to amplify trans people and our message, and most importantly, to call out people like this who promote a message that is predicated on furthering the marginalization of queer people. We need a cultural revolution.
Well, where did we hear that before?
Yeah.
And how did that end up? Oh, God.
And after Jack said that all their friends would betray them, I was just thinking, everybody betrayed me. I'm fed up with this world.
I've actually been watching Matt Walsh on YouTube. He's actually really funny. He's got a segment that Try and Laugh, where he watches. It's basically like the Johnny Hillcat's torture streams. He watches a feminist comedian and he's like analyzing it. So, okay, so where's the joke? And he's like trying to find anything funny in like Chelsea Handler or Lily Singh or Hannah Gadsby. And he's just sitting there stone faced the entire time trying to, okay, make me laugh. I'm here. I want to laugh. Make it happen.
All right. Well, that's all I had for tonight, gentlemen, and Sora. So, I'm going to shill my co-host and guest. Let's see. I Like Boobs has Quippers United Sundays,
Yes.
meaning tomorrow at
Yep.
7 p.m. Eastern on his
And
channel.
I do need guests for tomorrow's show. So if you've never been on the show before, please let me know, because I love to have new people on whenever possible.
So is
So
Moonshock's
just-
brother confirmed as a guest? Or brother-in-law?
Hey, we'll work it out, I'm sure.
Let's see. Moonshock has his Twitch channel linked in the description, where he plays games that aren't as good as Super Seducer.
Yes,
Mhm.
and I do plan on resuming my my streams next week. This week has been very, very
Yay.
busy and very, very long, so I haven't had a chance. I mean, it feels like this week has gone on for a fucking month because of everything we've been through. So I'll be back to streaming again next week.
You
What?
want me to watch? There's a simple thing to do.
Fine, buy me Super Seducer and I'll stream the fucker, okay? It's that easy.
All right, let's see. Terry Diamantis is on Johnny Hellcat streams. He's on One Ton Hammer's Minions Nights. He's on Quippers United. He's on
Six's nice hikes.
Six's Sober streams. And I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. And anything you want to shill, Sora?
I am usually, but not always, on Saturdays in the Minions. I will be tonight. So if you feel like listening to more serious news, because we do go more actual news topic and less making fun of it and more discussing current
Boring.
events, that'll be that'll be over at Minions tonight. And yeah, that's it. My life has been very busy lately, so I've been not so much online for the past 2 months, I think.
All right. Well, we should be back next week, same time, Friday at, well, different time actually next week, Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Bye,
And fuck gay
everybody.
women. I want
Bye,
my wife
son.
Bye, Sora.
Bye.
One.